We're going to start this thing off. Alabama, second scrimmage of fall camp this weekend on Saturday inside Bryant-Denny. And this is the scrimmage to where we start to figure out who will be the starters, who will be the first string, who will be the marquee guys. If I have to take a reference here from the movie Drumline, who would represent as P1, the main guys you got to look at here for the upcoming season. This is the last time preseason where you get to see players show Nick Saban, hey, I'm the guy, I'm the man, I need to be starting here, on this football field. And at the quarterback position, we look at Bryce Young. We look at Bryce Young here for the Crimson Tide. How badly does the man from California, how badly does the five-star product, how badly does Young want to be QB1? How badly does Young want to be the starter here for the Crimson Tide? And this is a huge scrimmage here for Bryce because, like I mentioned, this scrimmage right here is where you get to see who will be the starters, who will be the first team guys, who will be the leaders, who will be the marquee players that, other people have to look up to, other people have to, see hit that field and really, really play and dominate and excel. So in the case here for Bryce Young, did not have spring practice, didn't have a spring due to the coronavirus pandemic. And then, of course, Coach Saban had to fight for the workout program, the preseason practice program. This has not been your average normal fall camp. Bryce did not participate in the first scrimmage in the live action practice the Tide had on last week. He did okay, did some good things, did some decent things, but had some struggles in here. So this time around, here is Bryce's opportunity to show Nick Saban, Coach, I understand, Max got the experience, Max got the knowledge of the system, Max got the respect of the team, but I bring something to the table that Mac Jones doesn't have. I bring something to the table that Mac Jones does not possess. He doesn't carry. With Mac Jones, he can get you 10 wins, 11 wins, 12 wins, Coach Saban. But me, I can get you to that championship, Coach Nick. Me, I can deliver that 7th ring. I can deliver that 7th national championship to your resume, Coach Saban. I can get this program the 18th national championship in its history. Coach, you want to get all of these folks off your back about your championship window is closing and the competition's gotten better, and look at Dabo Swinney, look at what Coach Ed Orgeron's doing at LSU, and look at other programs. If you want to get the national media off your back, Coach Saban, and prove once and for all, I am that man, I'm still that coach, I'm still that dominant factor in college football, Coach Nick, then that's going to come from me, Bryce Young, at the quarterback position. And for Bryce, he has got to ball in this scrimmage. He can't go out there being decent, being average, being good. This young man has got to put up a show inside of Bryant-Denny Stadium on Saturday. He's got to hit on passes. He's got to have big play after big play after big play after big play. Upon Bryce Young leaving the stadium this weekend, he has got to put in the minds of every coach, he has got to put in the mind of every player, he has got to put in the minds of even the spectators that will be watching the scrimmage that he's QB1. He's the starter. He is the guy. Bryce Young has to leave Bryant-Denny with coaches having gum fall out of their mouth going, it doesn't get any better than this kid. Bryce Young has to leave Bryant-Denny with players going, did you see that? Did you see this dude? Did you see this kid? Did you see this young man? This is the guy. This is the guy that's going to get us the national championship. It's either him or nothing. Bryce Young has got to leave that stadium with that type of idea planted in the minds of the coaching staff, planted in the minds of the team, around him. How badly does he want to be QB1 here for this program when you discuss the Crimson Tide? And where a lot of this is concerned, you look at the coordinators that are in these different events, whether it's the Elite 11 competitions, whether it's the Under Armour All-America game or the U.S. Army, All-America Bowl, or the Nike's the opening competition, all of these venues where you have these coordinators that have been around these particular events for years, and you have the media that will put a camera and a microphone in front of the face of these coordinators and ask them or address them by saying, Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, you've been doing this for a long time. You've been running this for X number of years. You've seen the best of the best come through these events. Tell us about Bryce Young. What is it about Young here? What sets Young apart from any of these guys that you have looked at? And we have seen different coordinators say, well, I've been running this event for 20 years, for 50 years, for 100 years, right? And I've seen college football royalty come through these events here. I've seen the Tua Tagovailoas. I've seen the Trevor Lawrences. I've seen the Justin Fields. I've seen the Justin Herberts. I've seen all of these guys. And all of these guys are really, 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 really good. Some of these guys, Heisman Trophy winners. Some of these guys go on to be, first-round picks. But none of these guys have what Bryce Young has. None of these guys have anything on Bryce Young. They don't do what Bryce Young can do. And when you out there as Crimson Tide fans, you hear these type of statements, you see these type of statements from these coordinators of these different events, you go into hyperdrive because it's like, oh my gosh, did you not see what he said? This guy said he saw Tua, he saw Trevor, he saw Justin Fields, he saw all of these guys, and yet none of them come close to Bryce Young? Yet none of them come close to what Bryce can do? Yet none of them are hitting on what Bryce is hitting on? Bama's getting freaking Superman in here. Like, bump the playbook. Bryce don't need a playbook. Bryce don't need a playbook. That man built strong country, strong cock diesel right now. You got to start Bryce Young. Now did you hear? So-and-so and so-and-so that's been running this camp for 80 dozen years. He didn't came out and said Bryce Young's the best he's ever seen. We got to put Bryce out there. Bryce has got to be the starting quarterback. So you got fans kind of into hyperdrive when you get these types of statements, these types of comments from the coordinators of these events, like the Elite 11, like Nike's the opening, like the Under Armour All-America game and the U.S. Army All-America Bowl. So what this does is there is pressure and there is 5-star pressure. So for players that go to major Division I programs, there's pressure at every major D1 school you go to. But at Alabama, people like to joke about how Alabama's the 33rd NFL team, but that's no joke right there because Coach Saban runs this program like an NFL franchise. He runs this program like a big-time program. And when you look at that and when things like that are concerned, for fans out there, when you get a 5-star quarterback like a Bryce Young, he's got to pop year one. He's got to pop off the rip. He's got to pop out the gate. If not year one, then at least at the very worst, you redshirt him his freshman year. And by his, second year in the system, then he pops and he becomes full-fledged. In this scrimmage, Bryce has got to hit on all cylinders. He's got to hit on big plays. He's got to score the football. He's got to make Nick Saban think a little bit here. And that's where Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts come in. What made Tua and Jalen special as freshman players, both guys forced Nick Saban to think a little bit. Tua Tagovailoa in 2017, Coach Saban knew, I got the SEC Freshman of the Year, the SEC Offensive Player of the Year in Jalen Hurts, but I can't look away from Tua Tagovailoa because, if I don't play Tua, this could come back to haunt me. This could come back to bite me. This could come back to get me because, he's just that good. Tua Tagovailoa made Nick Saban think a little bit. And the same way for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts in 2016, Alabama had Blake Barnett, who was a 5-star from California, big-time prospect, But Jalen Hurts came out there and made Nick Saban think, and Nick Saban just had to start him, just had to play him. For Bryce Young in this game, in this scrimmage, as much as Mac Jones has the experience, he has the respect of the room, he has the respect for the team, he has the camaraderie of the room, the camaraderie of the team, and he's got all the confidence in himself that he can take this team and win a national championship. Fans you guys don't look at Bryce Young as the average Joe. You don't look at Bryce Young as the average quarterback. Y'all look at him as somebody that is next level. So for him in this scrimmage, he wants to have a chance to start week 1 against Missouri. He's got to come out here and flat out ball, flat out make plays, flat out command, control, grab Nick Saban's attention, and not let go of it. If he does not, you're looking at Mac Jones here as the starting quarterback week 1 against Missouri. But Bryce Young has his mission cut out for him. We take our first break here on the show. Don't touch that dial. We're just getting started here on a Friday. Upon our return, we entertain your phone calls, your thoughts, your tweets, your chats, your questions, your concerns. Let's talk Bama after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care. In support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.